All right, notes number 4, we're going to simplify radicals. So when you're simplifying radicals, you want to find pairs, and every time you have a pair, you can pull it out and it can go in front of the radical. But anything that doesn't have a pair would be considered leftovers, and that stays within the radical. So there's so many different ways to do this, but just choose something that multiplies to be 320. So I'm going to do 32 and 10. And we're going to make, this is a tree, and we're going to go all the way until we have prime numbers. So 10 is 5 times 2, and those are now prime numbers. You can do 2 times 16. You can do 4 times 8, whatever you want to do. I think I'm going to do 2 and 16 because we can get 4 and 4 here, which is not prime, so we would go down to 2 and then to 2 there. So now we have, at the end of all of our branches, are prime numbers: 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5, and 2. So what we want to do is find all of the pairs and circle them. So we've got a pair of 2s, we've got a pair of 2s, and then we have another pair of 2 here. Our leftover would be the 5. We only look at the end of branches, so I'm not going to go back up and look here because that's not an end of the branch. You need only the ends of the branches. So for every pair, we bring out that one number. We're not bringing out 6 2s. We're bringing out 3 2s. So for this pair, we're bringing out 2. For this pair, we're bringing out 2. And for this pair, we're bringing out 2. So it's just when you have a pair inside, you pull out just the one number. And the reason why is if you're thinking of square root of 4, well, the square root of 4 is 2. It's not 2 times 2, which is 4. That doesn't make sense. So it needs to be just the one number. Okay, so that is on the outside, and then on the inside is any of your leftovers, which would be this 5. So the 5 goes inside. So with this many pairs that you pulled out, you're going to multiply on the outside of the radical. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So the answer is 8 square root 5. Okay, so more advanced would be introducing letters as well. So with the letters, you're looking for pairs as well, and you don't have to do it like this, but when you're looking at x squared, that's x times x. When you're looking at y to the 5th, that's y. But once the number gets really big, like say it's y to the 100, you don't want to write out 100 y's. So you just divide it by 2, and then that's how many you would take out. If there's any leftovers, you would leave that in. So let me do 150, and then we'll circle all of our pairs. So for 150, do 15 and 10. 10 is 5 and 2. This is 3 and 5. These are all prime numbers now. So our pair would be a pair of 5, and we have a leftover of 3 and 2. Okay, and then our pair of x's, no leftovers with the x's. And for y, we have 1 pair, 2 pair, and then 1 leftover. So we want to take everything that is circled, our pair, and bring it out. So we have got a 5, we've got an x, we've got a y, and then we have another y. Okay, and then on the inside of the radical is all the leftovers. So 3 times 2, 3 times 2, and then times y, because there wasn't any leftovers with the x. Then we'll simplify that even more. So 3xy squared, since it's y times y. And then 3 times 2 is 6y. So this would be the simplified version of the radical. All right, one more example just to clarify this, and any questions you have past that you can ask in class. All right, so you can do 6 times 10, 3 times 2. Here we can do 2 times 5. This is a pair of 2's with a leftover of 3 and 5. For the x's, for the x's and y's, I'm not going to write it out. I want you just to think, okay, 3 divided by 2, there's going to be one pair and one leftover. And then y divided by, y's, 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. So there's going to be no leftovers for the y. So there's a 4 out here, and that's what makes this problem different from this number 2. So you are going to keep the 4 out there and then multiply by that pair times 2. And then our leftovers was a 3, a 5. I forgot to do the x's and the y's, of course. Let me squish that here. So x, there's going to be one pair of x's with one left over because it's, remember, x times x times x. So there was a pair here and a leftover here. So that x goes there and the leftover goes here. For the y's, you can do 8 divided by 2, which is 4. So there's going to be y to the 4th on the outside, no leftovers on the inside. So let me rewrite this. So that's going to be 8x y to the 4th power. And then on the inside, 3 times 5 is 15x.